Happy Wednesday morning. We are making a Zuppa Toscana, which is a sausage, kale, potato based soup. Super excited. It's my family's favorite thing at Olive Garden, and so just absolutely thrilled to share this recipe with you guys. That way you can make a whole pot at home. So I'm going to share it with you guys. Follow along while we make Zuppa Toscana. Okay, so we are grounding up this sausage and browning it. 2 pounds for a double batch, 1 pound for a single batch. It's the meat and flavor base for your soup. So first thing you're going to want to do is get this sausage all cooked up. I use that 3-pound roll of Jimmy Dean that you guys know that I love. You only need 2 pounds, doesn't matter the brand. I wouldn't get anything sage or anything like that. It's going to kind of change the flavor profile of the soup. I want to wash and dice about 4 cups of potatoes here. So just to recap, we've got 1 pound of sausage we're going to put in the soup and about 4 cups of clean diced potatoes. So we have this sausage is pretty much ground. We have our potatoes nicely into bite-sized pieces. We got 4 cups of them. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. And what we're going to do with this little extra sausage is I'm just going to toss a real quick dip in to munch on while we're making this. You've got 2 cans of Rotel, a thing of cheese, and then we're going to put some sausage in there, throw it in the microwave for a few minutes, melt it down. That'll be a yummy little snack while we make the dip. Okay, so now that this is browned, I'm going to toss these potatoes in here. Woo! 4 cups of potatoes. And I'm going to stir it up a little bit. I want them to get a little color on them, but not like a lot. You don't obviously want to saute these potatoes. And then we're going to add in some broth so we can boil these potatoes down. It's going to take 2 32-ounce things of broth. So we're just adding chicken broth in, and like I said, it calls for 2 32s. We're doing a 48 and then some little extra from another one. And what you're going to do is you're going to let that kind of boil down. That's going to cook down your potatoes till they're pretty soft. This is kind of what it's going to look like once you have all your broths in there. You've just got broth, sausage, and potatoes. We're going to let that boil down until... You know, it's got, the potatoes pretty soft. You can add your fresh garlic and things in here now. All your seasonings that you want to add. I'm going to put in some fresh garlic for sure. So here's our delicious little dip snack while we wait on the soup to boil down so we can finish that up. It's really just that leftover sausage, some 2 cans of Rotel, and the Velveeta. And it's super delicious, and we will grub on this while we wait on the soup. So if you're looking for a really quick, really easy, really cheap little, I don't know, Super Bowl snack or just party snack. We're boiling away. And you just want these potatoes to get soft. That's really what you're going for at this time in this process. You're not going to want to add your creams or anything until these potatoes are soft. So once your potatoes are soft, you can add the next step. So the potatoes are soft, so we are adding some heavy whipping cream, cup to 2 cups. You really are looking for a certain color and consistency here. So just making sure it looks really creamy and delicious. We're probably going to do closer to 2 cups than 1 cup. So that's the color that we're kind of going for. You can see it's a creamy soup, but you can still see the broth. You don't want it too overly creamy. We're going to cook that for just a few minutes, and then we're going to add the kale in last. Okay, y'all, so once that's sat for a few minutes, I have a large bag of kale here. We're just going to put a couple of handfuls in there. We made a double batch, so I'm probably going to put 3 to 4 handfuls of kale in there till that pot's full. Then we're going to stir it up and let it sit for a few minutes in that pot and get soft. Kale is going to do a lot like spinach. It's going to wilt down a whole lot. So you might think 3 or 4 handfuls looks like too much at first. Trust me. As you can see, it quickly dissolves. Okay guys, here we have it. Zuppa Toscana. Sausage, kale, potato soup. I'm going to let this kale, I've turned my burner off, but I'm going to let the soup sit for 5, 10, 15 minutes and thicken up, as well as let that kale wilt and soften just a little bit more. I'm not serving it till this evening. It's about noon, 1 o'clock right now, and so the soup will not be served until dinner tonight. Probably serve it with a fresh loaf of Italian bread or something, and by then all of the flavors will have combined. I'll put a lid on the soup and let it set. It's gonna be amazing. I hope you guys try this soup out, try the recipe out. You can add some shredded Parmesan, like some fresh shredded Parmesan, extra garlic, whatever it is you want to make this soup, just your family's preference. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the soup.